Mm.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Swing Point Podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Ruley. Unfortunately, Ainsley can't be with us here tonight. So today, it's just gonna be solo dolo, and I'm here with Donatavius Naccatoro, right?
Naccatoro.
Naccarato of the Rainier
Yeah.
Reapers, a local team out of kind of southern Washington, right? Like the Tacoma area, right?
Yeah, we're based out of OP. That's what our like main field is. And then like we go down to KC as well. But we're based out of University Place, yeah.
Yeah, so OP's Operation Paintball, it's a great little field. We got a lot of teams, a lot of teams practice out of there, BTA and everything. But Donnie,
Mm.
kind of tell the show who you are, what was your beginning into paintball?
Um I'm Donnie, of course. I got into paintball 5-ish years ago and it started off as reffing and at my local field, Operation Paintball. And I was reffing a few times and I met this dude named Sweaty. Some people might know him as Caleb, but um, and he introduced me to Speedball after work. So I was like, all right, cool. And he gave me a Speedball gun. Oh yeah, the Speedball gun. And all of a sudden, I picked it up and I was like, wow, this is something new. Like this is fun. Like we played a few games. He shot me hundreds of times and hundreds more. And I was like, man, this is still awesome. Like this is a really fun thing to do, even after getting beat up upon, and slowly just progressed more and more and more. And then I played with some local teams like BTA for a little while, and then I played with like Spokane Headhunters um, in the 2023 season a little bit, and that was for like one or two events. But yeah.
So, kind of talk. So you started off right. I remember my first time in speedball, I was terrified, but it was so much fun. It's
Mm.
almost paintball, I feel like you just get that itch, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like being up in the Northwest as well, um, being in the rain and everything, you got to really love paintball out here because, and every Sunday, no matter which field you go to, you go to OP,
Mm.
KC's, DBS, any of them, all shout outs, all great fields.
Yeah.
And it's raining. It might be raining, it might be sunny, but it's Washington, it's the Pacific Northwest. It's not going to be always all that fun, because it rains and it sucks getting shot and when it's
Mm.
cold. But kind of talk to me about the upbringing. So I know this season you got your kind of coaching, not really coaching, but you're kind of like the guy that kind of helps out, and then the Rainier Reapers, right?
Mm.
So what are the Rainier Reapers? What are you guys kind of doing? Kind of walking through that, and then how'd you guys kind of form?
Uh, so we formed off of another team, Kilt Shot. We did our the DBS three mans, which was amazing events, but we ended up having at least four lines in the DBS three mans, full rosters and everything. And we wanted to pick up Speedball and Ninja Ball and um, uh, the team members, Dylan, Pope, um, Nathan, Dexter, Jay. We all talked together for a little bit, and then we're like, let's go do some ninja ball. Let's go run underneath our own banner. Let's go see what we can prove. And Seattle Damage, from last year's event, um, they really helped us get into the spot of what to expect and what to see in the ninja ball layouts and everything. And they worked us. They worked us every practice, point after point, drill after drill, and we I would say we came into like a really strong bond with each other, and everyone just clicked. We moved into E1, and then kind of really kicked off placing with the second place for D5, and we were like, all right, we could prove ourselves. We could really prove ourselves here. So
What were the challenges you think of kind of branching off and kind of starting like your own thing? Like, was it difficult? Were you guys, I feel like you guys were definitely, there's always like that nerve, of
mm,
kind of branching off and everything. And then I mean, we were talking about this about 2 weeks ago, you were like what was the hardest part about kind of branching off and kind of starting your own thing as a team?
uh, the hardest thing was not really saying goodbye to the old players that we played with, but like kind of like saying goodbye and like, hey, we're not really playing with you guys anymore. We're gonna be doing our own thing. Um, that was probably the hardest part for me personally. I don't know how about the other team members feel, but that was the hardest part. And then again, but we knew what was right for us. We wanted something different, and
Yeah, of course.
we came to agreements. We're like, all right, we'll go our own separate ways, but we're still family, and we still reach out and hang out every once in a while. But wish we could still play some more together. But we're okay with what we have now.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off what you kind of said there, Donnie, like for me, right, I kind of branched out on my own, I wanted to push myself a lot more, right? So I kind of branched off and kind of did my own thing as well, and it ended up paying off for me, man. I mean, I'm getting to where I want to be at, and I mean, you
Yeah.
saw we were playing against each other last weekend, you guys,
hmm
it was a tough fought battle, but ultimately you guys ended up coming out with the win and everything, but
I mean,
I,
our first goal was to like put. I'm be honest, was to get you out. We
I
we had every we had every gun trying to get you out, and then slowly pinch out the other players. And we're like, he's the strongest gun on that side of the box, so we just got to get him out as quickly as possible.
I appreciate you. Well, I just want to let you know my gun was on you. So when I actually shot you that first one, I was like, thank God I got him out. Let me focus real quick.
Oh yeah,
Well, it was crazy
it,
because
it, it was it was a fun time.
that point, bro, we had four on the box, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was so mad. So then when I came off the box and I shot you and I shot your snake corner and then I got whacked, I was so mad. But yeah, man, that was just a fun time.
hmm
But kind of talk to me about the core of the Rainier Reapers. What are the guys? What are like kind of shout out your team here? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's some ballers to be honest. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, definitely, definitely some ballers.
I'm our motto is it's in Latin. It's really hard to pronounce. I'm trying to still get it under, but it's nulla misericordia. It means no mercy. That means every point we don't surrender. There's no such thing as a concede button. If we went to X ball, there is no um there is no like we're just gonna walk off the field with our heads down. I mean, when we get into the pits, it's like a instant, hey, what's going on? It's the first time I actually worked with a really strong group like that where we worked so well. And I mean, our back line, Dexter, Nathan, and Jeffrey, uh, there's some strong guns. Like it's really hard to practice against them and try to run through their lanes. And they're shooting a lot of paint. And then our attackers, I mean, they're they're really straight. There's some attackers. We're a really strong group, and I mean, just each and one of them, we all became a family really quickly, and that's what I really wanted in a team. So I was like, cool.
So kind of like talking about it, right? The Reapers, you guys are very, very close. For those who don't know, that's the team, the Rainier Reapers. They're a Division 5 team out of Ninja Ball. That's our local tournament series out of Doodlebugs Outdoor Paintball Park, one of the sponsors of the Swing Point podcast, everybody. So kind of just to reiterate on that. But kind of go into me, what was like what was the hardest thing you kind of thought about running a team that you kind of underestimated or didn't really overlook or that you kind of overlooked?
I mean, I for this when we played E1, we went um we took second place,
Yeah.
and we we got some egos right after that. after E1, we got egos, and we are like, all right, we're the big dogs in this show, type of thing. And E2 came around, and we got we got our karma. We took 12th place out of 15th, and I took everyone aside, and I was like, we can't have this happen again. Like not this is not the way to go. I was like, I mean, we would have probably done better if we played a point and went home, type of thing. I was like, but we fought it out every point, and I was like, that's the best we could do, but we shouldn't have came out in this position. I was like, I'm gonna start taking more of a coaching role because we need it. We need the authority in the pits. I mean, someone needs to have the voice and not talk over everyone. Um, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do it. And the team agreed. And it was really hard getting them like getting into that coaching mindset, to be honest, for looking at them like that. It it was a little weird. So um
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I kind of I don't really understand where you come from, right? I've never had to like really coach, right? I've always just been the player,
Hmm.
right? And for me, I can't imagine like the difficulties of trying to also, play your own best game because right, everybody's got to show up to perform on game day,
Hmm.
right? But then also trying to coach to make sure everybody else is performing, right? And that can definitely take a toll on you. What kind of helps with that? What does having those good teammates kind of help you with that for?
I mean, we all get in our heads. I mean, it's paintball. We
Of
lose
course.
some, we win some, and there's days where it we take it really hard. And there's been days where I've walked off, stormed off, and I knew immediately if I was sitting there for a few minutes, they would peek their head around the corner, give me a thumbs up, or if they knew that I was like really not okay, they would come over and sit with me and talk with me. Like, hey, what's going on? Like, are you okay? Like, do you need something? Like, is it something about this point or something? I mean, we always come together and consult each other, and no matter like on and off the field. I mean, again, we're a family. I mean, we treat each other like family, and it it's really nice having them around and being all buddies with them and playing with them because everyone takes care of each other. I mean, if they need something, we'll drop everything, take and help. Like we're that close in a family to the point. So
Yeah, I mean, right, paintball's a frustrating sport, and if anybody,
mhm.
you guys come across this and you guys haven't played paintball, it's not easy, especially when you get to even I find the lowest like Division 4, even anything from like D3 down, the divisionals, I think everybody's just hungry, right? Everybody wants to win, and it's really hard to win, right? Like me, I've only podiumed 4 times in my entire, I've played over 20 tournaments in the last 2 years, or close. I'm getting really close to that because I played. Yeah, this season, once I hit this season, it'll be about 20 tournaments that I've played.
Nice,
And I don't
nice.
even think it's 4. It's probably lower than that. I'm not really proud of it, but
Yeah, I've only podiums 3 times, 4 times, sorry. Um, and I've played at least 15 tournaments now,
yeah.
and it takes a toll on you too. It really is like, wow, you're
Yeah.
not because
At
you look
some
at your
point,
PB leagues and it hurts a little bit looking at it. So
yeah, looking
you're
at
like,
some of these tournaments I've played, I'm like, I might as well just go post everything up on Facebook Marketplace right now, right?
mhm,
But
mhm,
it's like it's the teammates that make you want to come back. I remember one of my coaches, Zach, I was mad one day. I was all like, man, I just don't understand it. Like I'm doing all this, and he's all like, you're not gonna get better over one day of practice. You got to keep going, and you've got to keep going, and you've got to keep going. And even then, you're still gonna get your ass kicked, but you're gonna do a little bit better. You might shoot one or two guys before you walk off the field. And everybody's gonna have bad days. The rainy weather's always gonna come. But that's what don't think a lot of divisional paintball players like myself watch a lot of pro paintball, right? Like that's like the standard. You know, everybody wants to be the next
Mm,
Mouse, the next Ryan Greenspan, the next Marcelo, the next Tyler Harmon, right?
mm,
I don't think that people understood all the trials and tribulations that they went through. And I really do think that comes down to all the way from D6 to D to semi-pro, right?
mm.
Everything that you have to get there. You know, kind of talk to me about the struggles of you guys playing divisional paintball so far this season. Right? We're only 3 tournaments into Ninja Ball, but you know, still a lot can happen in between.
Um, Sorry, I got a phone call.
No.
Um, I mean, the struggle is, I mean, not everyone has the time. I mean, we all have families. We all have. I mean, I don't have kids, but my teammates all have kids, and they have wives, and it. I don't want to take that away from them. I tell them like, take time with your family. If I don't want you to ruin your family first. So I I mean, the struggles is just time and the money. I mean, we've lost one player because of money issues. I mean, he said he didn't want to be floated around for each tournament, so he took a step back, and he was probably one of our strongest guns. Um, so it time and money is a really big struggle. I mean, not everyone has all of the all of the benefits of sponsorships and everything. Um, and it's really tough, Evan. We don't want to look. We don't want to have like a coach who wants to change us. We want someone who knows us and everything. So looking for a coach is really tough. And
Have you guys kind of found anybody that kind of has helped you guys with that role?
um, shout out to Anthony Bonilla, our boy AB. He
Uh,
he man, after E1, he reached out to one of our buddies and was like, "Hey, like, um, can I help coach him and everything?" And they were like, "Yeah, we're down. We would love to help you help coach us and everything." And E2 came around, and we were shooting everyone off the break, but we just couldn't pick it up in E2. We just couldn't find the bodies and everything. But he really helped us with our back players and our our front attackers. We learned some things, but it's a different standpoint with attackers, and the twos a little bit trying to work together and trying to learn that mindset. But he's he's a busy person working with Iconic and everything, so we don't get to see him a whole bunch. So he coaches from like a distance.
you know, I kind of understand, right? Because Bo was a big mentor to me. Him and Jordan Chandler, actually. Those guys were like two of my biggest mentors. And I just remember, you know, the having the coaches have always helped, right? Like my mentors, like I wouldn't be if it, in my paintball career if it wasn't for them. Those two, Dusty Court from Uprising and probably Zach Mills too. Just like those four guys right there. And even everybody, like Evan Topness, Kyle Topness, all like I've had multiple people that I've like have helped train me, but like I think Dusty, Jordan, Bo have been like the top three for me as well, right? So, you know, just kind of like helping me, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what helped me develop into a player. And you see, like, cause like I'm trying to play D3 next year, right? So I think that's definitely like the hardest thing is that, and I've been blessed, right, to be able to play financially, play financially stable, right? You know, like going to World Cup, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
just everything like that, I can definitely understand because I've seen my friends, you know, can't always get their own way to the tournaments, but you know, I think kind of just going back to what you said about like the hardest thing about divisional paintball is that, right? Like we're not getting paid a lot to play. We do this because we love it and we're passionate about it. And it's not even until I think you get
Yeah.
maybe semi-pro, right? Like semi-pro or pro is like when you're like, okay, this is the big times now. But even then, man, like
Yeah.
D2 and D3, you're still paying your own way to go and play paintball, right? Because everybody has the dream of making it to the top. And you know, it kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
We're not as big as like the MLB and MLB. NFL, NHL, basically any other big sport, right? We're not as big as them. So it's not as easy for us.
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet, right? Not yet. But we're
Yeah.
off to the right start. And I think that's like what DBS and KC's and even Impact, Diamond Hill Paintball, everybody, right? OP. I think that that's like what everybody knows here is a lot of people know about paintball in Washington, right? Like, because we promote it really well. Danny, Tim, Al, um, Kevin from even Kevin from Diamond Hill Paintball, right? They're all kind of trying to promote their own thing and they're all trying to help it grow. But I can definitely kind of
Yeah.
see, but yeah, and I don't know, man. There's so many things about like divisional paintball, and I'm not really trying to sound like I'm stuttering, but just like I just think like there's
You're
so
good.
many things that divisional players need help with, right? Because I feel like once you
Mm,
get that coach, right, it's just like, damn, this is kind of crazy. And then even when you take that step from D4 to D5, it's like, damn, okay, there's a difference here. And just kind
yeah.
of like that. So kind of talk to me moving forward for the rest of the season. What's the goals? Kind of get me like an in-depth thing of like, okay, so how did E3 kind of go? What do we want to work on and what are our goals for the next tournament?
I mean, E3, I personally say we did better. I mean, we fell a little short. I mean, we lost to Ridge Runners and Tacoma Onslaught. So we went 2-2 that day.
Yeah,
But
and it's so hard
our
having three top two per bracket, because if it's top three, it was a three-way tie between Kinetic, my team, you guys, and Ridge Runners. And
yeah,
going 2-2, that's just, ultimately want to go 3-1, but we had four teams go 2-2 in that bracket. It's kind of crazy to me.
yeah, it was crazy. I mean, everyone in our bracket, they were putting up a fight. No one wanted to lose. I mean, even you guys were putting up a fight. Goon Squad was putting up a fight. Um, Tacoma Onslaught, oh my goodness, they have some
Shout
guns
out
over
Onslaught,
there.
man. Y'all are a bunch of D5
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah, they've been playing together for so long, and they really proved it. I mean, they put up a really good fight, and so we 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 talked it over in our kind of like our mini coach at the time, Jalen. Uh, he he said it was like an overall way better than E2. Our communication was up, our play style was up, our gunfightings and everything when it comes to winning a tournament was really well. We just fell short in some of the things. And after E3, we're gonna be grinding. We're on more drills. That's what we lack a lot is drill time. I
You
mean,
can't sleep on drills,
we
man. You cannot sleep
yeah,
on the drills.
yeah. Leading up to E1, like I said, damage put us to work. It was drill after drill after drill, and we got 2 scrimmage points. That's all it was, and it showed at E1. We took second place. Nice. And then we were like, all right, let's have more time behind our guns in a scrimmage and everything. And we fell short E2, did the same thing leading up to E3, fell short again, and we're like, all right, I think it's the drills. The drills are the best thing we can do. I mean, yes, we're shooting at cones every once in a while, but we're doing our job. I mean,
Because you guys
it's
have
going to
like
help
what
us, but
rostered, yeah. Because you guys have rostered about 8 right now, right?
yeah, we have 8 people, but we have 9 on the team. Um, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, so
We're
even if like that ninth guy doesn't always play right, you have one person kind of sit out, and this is just kind of what I've seen too, and like what other teams I've seen do. Just pick a drill partner, right? If you want to work on
mm,
gunfighting, gunfight them. Work to get dominance on them. Practice, snap shooting each other. There's a lot of drills I see where you do best to three or best to five snaps. So, you hit somebody once, they say one, and then you got to go till you hit three, right? And then I
yeah,
think the scrims is to kind of show that all those drills kind of proved, right? But there's so many good drills you guys can just do as a team, so you can't always step away. And any young divisional teams listening, take it from our mistakes as well. Drills are really where it's at.
yeah. drills are a huge keystone on making a great tournament. I mean, if you don't have drills, you don't really have the muscle memory when it comes to doing your job on the field. I mean, you can go out and gunfight someone, but are you choosing the right gunfight?
Yeah.
Are you choosing the right moves? Are you choosing the right communications? It all falls down to drills with the muscle memory. And that's what we came to learn, but we learned it halfway through the season.
What are kind of the biggest things that you guys learned that you guys don't do that well as a team?
Um, our communication and cleaning up the field. Our communication, I mean, communication can always get better. I mean, you could say you could have great communication, but it can always get better. That's how I think of it about it. Um, but we really lack on our cross field communication and finding our attackers finding the bodies and getting them out. So it really lacks in that department. Cleaning up cleaning up the up body situations. I mean, there was so many times during E3 where we were 54, 53, and we lost those points. And that should not really happen. I mean, we should be winning a 5-on-3, but we weren't. So, I mean, we really lack on cleaning up in the up body situations.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I've seen when y'all would just play is you guys would get down to that kill three sit that kill that kill two situation. It'd be one of your time for your attack players to just go without knowing the
Mm-hmm.
information, and I felt bad. Sorry, Tristan, but I saw Tristan running down, and I gave him a little love tap, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like those things when you see at the higher levels. Most of the players don't really go running down anybody until they kind of know what's going on. And I have that habit too. Everybody wants to go bunker
Mm-hmm.
somebody. If you're in the lower
It's
divisional,
so much fun.
there's nothing better than just going and going stitching somebody up
Yeah.
in the tournament, right? But you got to understand that there's more to that in the game. And I've been trying to learn that too, man, because I kind of play the 2 to the 3, right? I've been transitioning more into like a 2 that can play the 1 since I've lost all this
Mm-hmm.
weight. But the 3, is kind of the one that has to put it together and relay everything from the D side to the home to even the one to the D side. D side relays to home, home relays to snake side. Then it's all around, and you guys all need to put the game together, right? And I just think that's like
Yeah.
communication is always the hardest thing, right? Because you can always be better at it, and even the slightest little bit of communication could get somebody shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to E4. Kind of talk to me about what that plan is.
Um, Leading up to E4, I mean, my main our main goal is to just climb from E3. If we place ninth, cool, we place a position better, but we could always do better than that. Our goal for it, I would say, is probably go back into the top 8 after this event. Um, and leading up to it, we're going to be, like I said, drilling. We're going to be scrimmaging people. We're going to be reaching out to a bunch of people to help coach us as like some basic fundamentals, which is really going to be on BTA from OP. Uh, they're our home field, and they pretty much raised us a little bit when it comes to playing. So it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, man. But I think the funnest thing is when that work kind of adds up. So kind of like going back, you guys started this team, right? Once again, we're talking about it. What was the team's like welcome to competitive paintball moment, you think?
That's that's a really good question. Who was it? Who was it? Um, I Seattle Damage. It was Seattle Damage right before they started playing WC. Um, that's when they had Mikey and Arthur and all these really strong guns
Elijah.
and Elijah and all of these great players, and they were like, you guys we want they wanted us to take this series, this Ninja Ball series. That was their goal for us, was to take Ninja Ball series. and they couple practice before, I mean, they bunkered us, and they walked us off the field. And every 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 person that we shot on their side of the field, we had to earn it badly. Like it was not. We would get one of them, we would lose three. We would get one of them, we would lose two. It was a huge fight against them, and it they really showed us it's competitive out here. It's not fun and games. Like divisional, it's pretty tough. Even in D5 and D4, it's really tough to get out of those divisions. Everyone wants to fight. Everyone wants to win, and that's everyone's goal. So I mean, they really showed us in that practice, like this is competitiveness. Go for it. And we walked out of there with so many welts covered in our bodies, and we hurt for days and days. But it was fun. It showed us that we had to earn everything that was coming towards us.
Yeah, I think mine was probably we're playing Blindside, and I'm in the D2, and my dude guy just comes and runs me down, gives me like 20 to the side, And we were all
Oh,
we were kind of just we were chirping back and forth, So I had it coming. I mean, I just think that
mhm.
was all like, yeah, this is speedball, this is tournament mentality. And then at Dub C just getting walked off like 20 times. That's not fun either, but that's competitive paintball for you. I wish it wasn't always like that, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, that's the fish that gets fried in the tournament scene.
Hmm.
So besides kind of damage, what other teams have like pushed you guys the hardest so far, kind of to help overcome the expectations?
Um, Huge shout out to all these teams. BTA, they like I said, they raised us. I mean, that's the first team I joined. That's the first team that a lot of the players played against or played with as well. And BTA really helped us. I mean, they put in a lot of work for us. Shout out to uh, Dusty from DBS as well. I couldn't make it, but he went up to we went up there and coached. And well, we went up there and he helped coach us. Sorry, and he pushed us a lot apparently, and we still use a lot of the methods that we learned from months ago now from him, and he was a really good help. Uh, Phantom's mine. We love playing against them. I mean, they they are some really nice people. They will always tell us what we need to work on, especially Geo. Uh, uh, Iconic, the D3 line. That's the one that Anthony plays on. They helped and they came out and played against us over and over and over, and they helped us each time. And they were a really great group of people, and so many teams out here that I mean, it's the Pacific Northwest. Each team out here pushes everyone. I mean, everyone helps each other. Everyone wants to make everyone from the Pacific Northwest the best player. I mean, even from every team down at KC to OP to DBS. I mean, yeah, we play out there like we hate each other or something, but everything when we walk off the field, it's all love and it's all like, here's what you can do better, and like you can do this, or like it's all motivation in the pits, even though you guys just bunkered each other and sound like you guys were angry at each other. I mean, the whole Pacific Northwest teams out here, huge shout out to each and one of them. I mean, they really push us. We can always be better. So,
What's and kind of talking about that, do you think for the people that don't really know, what would you say the outlook on P&W paintball competitions like? Would you say you guys get it's a good competition out here?
oh, it's a huge competition. I mean, it it's especially in the rain. When it's a rain, if they're playing on the east side and it's raining, we have an advantage. We love playing in it. That's our thing. We love sliding, slipping, and all around the field. It's so much fun. I mean, it it's really nice. It's super competitive, and when it comes to like the teams that play down at WC, they go down to California, and I'm like, hey, show them the Pacific Northwest play style. Go wreck them. Go destroy them. I mean, Hooligans showed a really good job at that at the first event. They
Yeah.
came out on first and pop, and I was like, yeah, that's the Pacific Northwest way right there. I was like, that's how we play.
It always makes
It's
me proud to kind of see it, you know. And even like when you
mm,
guys, I was super proud of you guys when you guys got that second place for your first tournament. I was like, wait, those are all the kill shot guys from three man. I was
yeah.
like, yeah, that's awesome. And you know, it was y'all's first tournament together as a team, and y'all
Hmm.
really impressed. Kind of guy I
Yeah.
was really proud of in particular was Jeffrey Pope, right?
Hmm.
I was that guy's grown a lot, right? And it's
Yeah, he
good.
has.
And you know, I
Um,
just think that it's really impressive to kind of see where everybody's gone on that team, you know, and even like that, like you guys are always willing to grow, and you guys are all a bunch of humble guys, and that's the biggest thing
mhm,
I can think of. Like when if I was to start a team, I would want a team of all humble guys, just because the willingness and eagerness to learn. There's a saying I like from a movie, and it's hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard,
mhm. I'm
right?
gonna be honest. I just heard you say that today because I was listening to your to the I think the Dusty podcast today at work, and I think you said that. I was like, oh, that's a nice little model right there.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
take
And
that.
it's kind of it's always kind of helped me too because, you know, I'm not the most athletic person in the world. I'm not the best paintball player in the world, right? But I don't like to think like that. But I like to think that, you know, I'm willing to be the person that's going to do whatever it takes to get my ass out on the field and work. And it's definitely shown.
Mhm.
I'm definitely proud of where I've come this season, and you guys should be too. I definitely don't think it's a joke of what you guys are doing. You know, everybody has bumps in the road, right? LeBron didn't
Yeah.
go win every season in basketball, right?
Hmm.
So you guys kind of got to think about that. But kind of what is kind of going off that legacy, you know, what do you guys want to be remembered as, you know, when you guys all are done with the Rainier Reapers?
I mean, uh, our team goal is to go pro. We want to bring our team name Rainier Reapers all the way up into the pro division. I mean, that's where we want to leave it, and we want to change the game of paintball. Like, we want to bring more people in. We want to show like we're not all rude and egotistical. We're actually a bunch of humble guys who love the sport and want to make it grow. But we also want to change on how what we leave on the field. We want to bring out a different play style of paintball. I mean, it's the everyone has aggressive teams, but we want to be like a different type of aggressive team where it's just you can't stop it because it's different. Like we,
Yeah.
that's where we want to leave our mark.
That Red Legion kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
it's a huge thing that we want to leave out there on the field.
I respect it, man. You know, and I definitely respect that. So run me through it, right? You guys, you know, there's a lot of sacrifices that go into paintball. Not to get too personal, but what's like the biggest sacrifice you think you guys have had to make as a team to kind of get there? You know, kind of rolling off, you know, you guys want to go pro and everything like that, but obviously there's a lot of sacrifices for things that come like that. What are some
Mm.
of the sacrifices that you've had to make this season or just, you know, in the team in general?
Um, I kind of have a so I have a fiance and she supports me with this whole sport. I mean, she's very supportive. She wants me to do what I do and go pro. She supports me the whole way. I mean, shout out to her. She's
Shout out fiance.
absolutely yeah. Shout out to my fiance Zoe. I mean, she really pushes me to become where I am today. But I sacrificed the time with her. Like she doesn't. She has time with her friends and all that, so I don't really get to see her. We work Monday through Friday, so we don't get to see each other a lot. It's family time as well that we sacrifice. It it's a time with our families as well. It's a huge sacrifice, and another sacrifice nowadays is gas apparently. So it's been
Yeah,
really
you ain't kidding.
tough. It's been really tough. So I mean, it's not a huge sacrifice in some eyes, but it's a sacrifice because that's where we started off as. That's who makes us who is our families. And we have to sacrifice that for that sport because a lot of the families are free on the weekends. but we're not. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of I was in a different situation, right? I'm up here by myself.
mm,
I'm in the military, so all my family's back in California, so that's why I love going to Dub C's because that's like one of the 3 times a year I'll get to see him. And this last Dub C, my mom actually got to come down and watch me play. And
oh, that's nice.
my mom hasn't gotten to watch me play anything since I've played football back in what 2022, so almost 3 years, 4 years.
Mm,
So just that was super cool for me, but there's a lot of time, I'm in the military. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so not being lazy on the weekends. We're up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm playing D4 and D5, so waking up
mm,
at just waking up early. There's a lot of things, a lot of money into the game, right? I think anytime you do like a Ninja Ball layout weekend practice, you're spending $400 easily that weekend on paint.
yeah, it's a pretty penny for the sport. That's what a lot of people don't see, I would say, is like the new people coming in into the competitive speedball. It's a pretty penny. This sport's a pretty penny. But at the same time, there's so many people in this community who are willing to help these new guys. And I've seen people give away $1,000 marker for free because they're like, "Oh, you look like a good player. Use it."
And
So,
just give it back to me at the end of practice, right? Like that kind of
mm,
thing, right?
yeah.
But I'm kind of gonna kind of forward various towards this. What makes paintball in the Pacific Northwest so special to you, Donnie?
Um, I mean, it's just we play in all 4 seasons. The sunshine, the rain, the snow. I mean, we have all of the weather that we can have in all of these other states, and it's amazing. And the community as well. Like I said, I mean, we're all such a really tight knit group, even though we never met each other. I mean, first time I met you, I mean, we hit it off and started talking and talking and talking, and I
When
never
was
met
it?
you.
It was what the first Hyperball event, right? The first 3-man Hyperball?
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I forget who you were playing with, but I saw you around and I saw you were chit chatting with someone I knew, and I was like, oh, I'll go chit chat with them and see how they're doing and all that. So, and from there we talked here and there from other fields, and you've helped us. I mean, you came up to us in our pits and like, hey, you guys need to work on this. Hey, you guys need to have better eyes on the field. Like you you personally, shout out to you. I mean, you helped us a
Understand.
few
I
times.
appreciate
Again,
you.
yeah. So it this whole Pacific Northwest community, that's what makes me love this sport. It's just everyone's has such a nice bond with everyone. Where I rarely see like huge fights going on. Where if you go on like some videos and all that, and you see a bunch of fights break out at different fields. I mean, you don't really see that in the Pacific Northwest. It's more of like there's an argument here and there, but then they come back in the pits and then they're all best buddies after that. So I just love the community and the help from everyone. I mean, everyone is willing to help everyone, not leave anyone behind. So
Yeah, man. I think yeah, I appreciate the shout out, man. But for
yeah.
those, I think my favorite thing I love about you, Donnie, is just the way you pull up to practice, right? For those who don't know, Donnie is famous for the PJs and the robe, right? This man's pulling
Oh
up to
yeah.
practice comfy. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
always comfy.
you know, and kind of going off that, and I'm not really the best at keeping like questions rolling, but I'm ready. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
trying to get to the base of everything, right? So.
Mm.
What do you think the hardest part about building a name in like the Pacific Northwest is? Because we're not as big as Florida, Texas, or California. So, building a name for yourself is hard. What would you say the challenges are that come with that? And what are you guys hoping to do to break that?
I mean, kind of building the sport a little bit. I mean, yeah, we have a bunch of people who play here, but we kind of want to grow it as well. I mean, I personally want to grow it. I want to start doing like D6, like kind of like clinics a little bit, help some new people get in, learn the basics so they know what to do instead of just running around and just spraying their guns everywhere. So, um, it that's where I want to leave my mark with that. But it's pretty tough to do so with a tight bit of money and but it's tough a little bit, but we found some ways. Like we've talked about doing some DBS some DBS 8-man, some 3-man events here and there, hosting as well, um, to help build the community. And I we don't get a huge spotlight over here. I mean, even with other sports as well. I mean, no one really posts the Seattle Seahawks as much as the Kansas City Chiefs and all that, or all the other teams. The Pacific Northwest is kind of like a blind spot when it comes to sports, but we always we always come out of the darkness, and we always win a Super Bowl or win
Shout out
MLS
to Bo,
Cup.
man.
Yeah, and we all it's the blindness that we have. Like there is no other Pacific Northwest way of playing. We have always have a different vibe going to different sports. I mean, it's it's different up here, but we don't get the huge spotlight as much as these other teams. And I mean, Seattle Thunder. I mean, they even put up so many fights back then in the pro division, and then didn't really get a huge amount of spotlight as much as the other teams. But they were when I found out about them because I joined paintball a little bit later when they were playing. I was like, wow, they were some monsters on the field, but they didn't really get the spotlight as much as Dynasty. I mean, I can't find as much Seattle Thunder games as some of these other teams, so it's tough for us to get out of the dark spot of the Pacific Northwest. But we always find a way somehow to put our uh, put our footprint in the sand and all that, and just leave it there. So,
That might be one of the best answers we've had on the show so far, Donnie. Damn, that's an amazing answer. Like, kind of shout out to you, man. All right, so we kind of, we've been going for about 55 minutes here, so
wow.
I gotta do some stuff in a little bit, but I kind of wanted to ask you. We call it like the knockout question, the toughest
Mm-hmm.
question, right? All
Cool.
right. I'm kind of go off two-parter, right? So give me your biggest role model player that you try to role model your game after, and then give me 5 players in the Pacific Northwest community that you know that you would have around you.
Ooh. Um,
Those are some heaters.
that is pretty tough. When it comes to like for instance, my idol and who I really look up to, um, it's the person who really got me. I I look up to the Seattle Uprising guys. I mean, my biggest idol when it comes to Seattle Uprising is Graham Arnold. I mean, watching him play, he does not go down with a fight. He always swings his paint everywhere, and he refuses to give up. And I look up to him for that too. But the first person who got me into paintball, that's who I really look up to, is my buddy Caleb. And he doesn't really play much anymore, but I I look up to him when it comes to play style. Like I want to be as good as he was when he left. And he was a really, really great player when it comes to like the D5 and the ninja ball. I mean, it was really hard to get him out off the field. So that's where I want to be. But again, Graham Arnold from Seattle Uprising. He's I if I could, I would get a tattoo of him on my back and call it great because that's how much I look up to him as well. I mean, again, like I said, he refuses to go down with a fight. He is a really great player, and I have yet to meet him, but I've heard all great things, of course. So,
Dude, you're
um,
gonna have to come down one week when Uprising's playing, dude. I'm telling you.
oh yeah,
Graham's super dope, man.
yeah,
I promise you, bro, he's super cool.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and the 5 people, I mean, there's so many people that I've met through this area. I mean, I will say Jeffrey Pope is pretty much he's like a brother to me now. I mean, we've been through like the mud and everything when it comes to the sport. I mean, we've
Shout out Pope,
lost so
man.
many
Pope, we love you,
games.
man.
Yeah, shout out to Pope. I mean, he he's a really great guy. I mean, he's the first person who comes up to me and like says how I'm doing when I come to the field and all that. So he's always just an amazing person. And I can't drive right now, but he always picks me up and always gets me to get out to the field. And Jalen Dew from the team as well. He's shout out to him. He's just a really great kid. He doesn't play as much, but he's just a really great kid. His energy is awesome. He's just so upbeat. Um, Big Todd from BTA, the old man from OP. He taught me every skill I know when it comes to snapshots and all that.
Dude, he's
Yeah, I mean,
so
if there's
good
any,
at it. He's ridiculously good at it. I hate it so much, but man, yeah.
and it's it's so tough to get him out too. Playing against him, it's just you think you got him, and then all of a sudden the paint just swerves away, and you're like, oh, well, I tried, and then he just snaps you, and I'm like, dang. But he's just a really great dude. He's always a great energy to have around as well. I mean, there's so many people out here. John, I can't say his last name.
Is it Gio's
Uh,
son?
Gio's son. Gio's
Cronenberg.
son.
Don Cronenberg. He's my
Yeah,
teammate on Vanguard.
yeah. I mean, he's a really great dude.
Dude, he's
He's
the only
always,
person I know that will call you all kinds of slur names on the field, but then love you right back,
oh,
dude. He's so funny.
yeah, he's just a really great dude. Like he will jokefully play with their buttons and everything, like kind of irritate you, and then all of a sudden he's like, ah, but it's all out of love though, type of thing. It's just he's a really great dude. I mean, always brings up the mood, and when our heads are looking down and everything, he always comes up and goes, "What's wrong, guys? Just what's up?" It's like really great dude. And the last and fifth, I mean, that's a really tough spot to fill. I
Yeah.
mean, um, I don't know. That's a really tough one. I mean, I probably might have to go. Uh, who is it? I forget his name. I'm blanking on his name, but he plays on the Butchers. I'm blanking on his name. Oh, Garrett. Garrett.
Jared, man, that's my old
Garrett.
teammate, man. Love Jared,
Yeah,
man. One of my
dude.
mentors too, man. We love Jared.
Yeah. He really great dude. But he's always at the field. I'm dying of laughter. He's just a
Dude,
great dude,
funniest, one
and
of the top, at least top five funniest people I know I've met at paintball.
yeah, and I don't know why, but he's just a really great dude, and he's always messing with us in the pits, just hanging out with us. And then when it comes to it, he always helps us as well. So I mean, he's just a really great person to have around. I mean, shout out to those five, but we're just really great people.
Awesome, man. Well, brother, I just want to say kind of thank you for your time, kind of closing out here. Give me a couple shout outs, man. Shout out everybody you need to shout out real quick.
Yeah. Shout out to our big sponsor, Active, Paintball. It makes all of our jerseys. I mean, like that one in the back, it's really nice jerseys. Really comfortable. Shout out to you, of course, having a low divisional player on here. I mean, you don't really hear about that on a bunch of podcasts and everything, but
Man, we're here to grow the sport. Real quick though,
yeah,
you got a Reapers jersey near you? Why don't you kind of show it off?
I don't have my Reapers jersey right now. It's still in my bag. It's all packed away because I just moved, but I
Oh,
do got a tech tee on for
okay.
the Rainier Reapers. So
And it's
it's
kind of laggy,
we
kind of
got
laggy. Show
those.
it, kind of back up and show it one more time.
Right. Gonna have to like.
Yep. Awesome. Right there. Yeah, guys, shout out Active
Yeah.
Paintball. If you guys need any jersey needs right there. Want to say a quick shout out to
Yeah.
our sponsors, MacGyver for Hire, best gutter cleaners in the business. If you guys have some damaged gutters, make sure you guys hit up my boy Brad from MacGyver for Hire. Shout out Big Cat Paintball. Just best clothes, some of the best clothing in the game, best socks I've worn in a long time, and I wear like two pairs of socks when I play because my feet get cold out there. So I want to be comfy when you play. And then shout out Doodlebugs Outdoor Paintball Park. Northwest Field of the Year. And then shout out Doodlebugs Paintball Pro Shop. If you guys need any new markers, used markers, soft goods, anything, DBS Paintball will get it shipped out to you within the next day. So anyway, guys, thank you. And anyways, on to the next point. See y'all.